Yes. So as part of our last discussion, what we did, we uh,
We
saw,
started exceptions.
yes, we started exception. We saw try, catch, finally, and correct.
Yeah, we saw arithmetic and we saw array, array
Array some of
exception.
the data type. Today we will see some other stuff. Like so far we are discussing about exception, array index out of bound, and
Mm-hmm.
arithmetic exception. Correct. So these are the inbuilt exceptions. So can we create our own exception? Correct. I want to create my
Yes.
own exception. I don't want to use array index or arithmetic exception. I want to create my own exception. So how to create our own exception? So that we will see today. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
inside src, what I want to do, I want to create a new class. Com dot test dot user defined exception.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a package, right? Cut it and write it here. And the
Yes.
class name is user defined exception demo. So this is our class name, and public static void main, you can select it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is our simple class. So here what I want to do, I want to write integer x equal to 100 by 10. So this is arithmetic
Okay.
operation, correct? So it may create a
Yes.
problem, so we have to write here try catch, correct?
Yes.
So try, open bracket, close bracket, and catch. And here we are writing here exception, correct? So this is the inbuilt class, correct?
Uh-huh.
Exception is an inbuilt class and it is available under java.lang package.
Mm-hmm.
So here what we are doing, we are printing the value, or we are displaying something went wrong, or some meaningful message we are writing here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And also if you print like e dot print stack trace, it will display java.lag dot divided by 0 something, correct?
Yes, but E dot something, isn't that for the developer, not for us?
It's for developer purpose.
Yes.
It is developer purpose. Developer can developer want to see what happened exactly, the error message, right? So by reading this message, so if it is a standard message, right, for everything it will display same thing, whether array index or whatever. So this error is common, but it
Mm-hmm.
will not give full meaning message, correct? So to give full
Mm-hmm.
meaningful message, we have to see the error message. It's divided by 0
Okay.
exception or array index out of bound exception, we need to see, right?
Yes.
So because of that we are printing this message,
Mm-hmm.
and it is not that much clear, java.lang. So you can write your own exception class. So how to write your own exception class? So here I am going to write arithmetic exception. So this is arithmetic exception, right? I want to write an exception
Mm-hmm.
called my own exception. So you can define cannot divided 0 exception. So I'm creating a class called cannot divide 0. So this is my exception class, and finish it. So just I created a simple class, and
Mm-hmm.
it should extends the rules. So whenever you want to create an exception
User.
class, so it should extends
Mm-hmm.
exception class.
User defined.
Yes, user defined exception, it should extend the exception class. And we have a constructor, right? So this is a
Mm-hmm.
constructor, and you define a constructor with string message, and you need to call super, and you can pass the message. So also here we need to create a default constructor. So because we are already creating one argument
Mm-hmm.
constructor, so every class should have one default constructor, correct?
So
So
you are. So you started with the class, then constructor, and this is a parameterized constructor, right?
Correct. Yes, correct. Yes. So this is the parameterized constructor first one, and second one is default argument constructor. There is no no arg constructor.
What is the super message again?
Yes, just this is a super message. Whatever except we will see this one later. Why we need this message, we will
Oh,
see it later.
okay,
Okay.
got it.
So
Sure.
now we have our own exception class, correct? Now come back here,
Mm-hmm.
and here is a defined exception. So I don't want to use this exception. I want to use my own exception class.
Okay.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now what I want to do here. So now what I want to do, if some exception came like this, I don't want to display this message.
Mm-hmm.
I want to create my own message. So here you can write whatever message you want. Like you cannot divided by G
Zero.
0. Okay. So here copy this one and we will see it later. Okay. So now let me run it and we will see what is the different behavior. Did you see this here?
Yes, cannot divide it by zero.
So this is
Yep.
our own exception, correct? We don't want to see that. What is that? Java.lang.arithmetic. So the package is our own package. com.test.userdefined cannot divided by, and see the message what it's displaying here.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I'm giving here, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you can write user defined exception message.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you want, you can write it here. The same thing will be displayed to the developer. So it's give meaningful, right? So in previously what has
Yes.
happened, if you don't write this one, if you will print e dot print stack trace, what it will display?
Mm-hmm.
It will display java dot lang dot cannot divided by 0, correct? See here. So it's a
Mm-hmm.
different package and it's a different message. But I don't want to see this message. I want to see my own message. So in that
Mm-hmm.
case, you comment out this one and you can define your own exception class like this, and you can create an object for your own exception and pass the message whatever you want to display to the user.
Okay. Can you
Where
go back to the other page
yeah,
with
yeah. So
the?
this is a constructor, right? Correct? We are creating object right here, correct?
Yes.
And we are creating a constructor with an argument, correct?
Uh-huh.
So because of
Yes.
that here
Yes.
I defined a argument
Oh.
constructor. And
Okay.
the super is because whatever message we are getting here, we need to call exception class. Exception class is having a constructor argument, one string constructor. Did you see this? So there is a constructor
Mm-hmm.
is having a parameter is string, correct, in exception class.
Mm-hmm.
So indirectly I am calling the super class constructor. So that is the purpose of
Indirectly.
this. We are calling super class constructor by passing the same message.
Okay.
So that is what I am writing here. Meaning we are calling superclass constructor of type argument 1. There may be n number of constructor in the superclass, but I want to call a constructor which is having a string argument.
Okay.
So that's what we are writing this line. It's clear, right?
No, no. Can you repeat that
Yeah.
constructor thing? The
So
this
this,
screen and the next screen.
yeah. So exception is a different independent class. So inside this exception class we have so many arguments. One is default arguments. Did you see that there is no argument? and another constructor is there which is having a string as
Close
an input,
argument.
correct?
Mm. Yes.
Okay, in our case whatever message user is trying to display, so that we need to send to super class as an exception, so then only user can able to see this message here,
Okay.
otherwise user is not able to see this kind of message.
Mhm.
So we need to pass the message, right? So we are receiving the message and we are passing to super class, then it will
Okay.
display the message like whatever user is typing here cannot divided by 0, so this one we are
Uh-huh.
sending to super class, then
Mm.
you can able to see the message here cannot divided by
Zero.
0 because of that super and string. So this is the
Okay.
way you can able to write your own exceptions, extend the
Okay.
class and create the constructor and call the super class constructor by passing the same message whatever you are receiving here.
So, so it depends on me. I can be use either try and catch block, or I can use my custom
Yes, yes, you
exceptions,
can,
right?
if you want, you can write your own constructor message. You can write like this and then create an object and we have to throw the exception. We now
Oh,
we will see,
one more. Yes.
yeah, we will see what is throw and what is throws. We will see that one next one, next topic. Yeah, tell me, you're asking
Okay.
something?
I thought the new word it's only applicable when we create a object. That's what I was like.
Yes, new year we
Mm.
are creating an object. We are creating an
Uh,
object and we are throwing it back.
okay.
So this whatever line I highlighted, that is that piece of
Uh,
line is creating an object,
okay. Okay.
correct? So this is just
Mm-hmm.
creating an object. And throw, what is the purpose of throw? We will see it later as part of next topic. What is
Okay.
throw
Okay.
and what is throws? We will see it later. So far it's clear, right? What is customer exception and why we are creating it, how we are using it, correct?
Yes.
And now we will see what is throw and why we need throws. Okay. Now I will tell you a scenario. Okay. So there is a developer D1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he is calling a method, is created an object and he is calling a method is created by developer 2.
Mm-hmm.
And developer 1 what he is doing, he created an object and he is calling a method who it was created by developer 2,
C2.
correct? Developer
Okay.
2
Okay.
is created that class and developer 1 is using it. Okay,
Okay.
what happened, he is
Mm-hmm.
calling get account details something, a
Mm-hmm.
method is calling and it was there in developer 2 place, and say for instance there is some exception happened in developer 2 sorry in get transaction, some
Mm-hmm.
exception happened. So developer 1 should aware, right, what kind of exception happened, why my request failed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
We should not say exception occurred. If you say exception occurred always, it is kind of standard statement but you are not giving full information, correct?
Yes.
We need to respond null point sorry index out of bound exception or arithmetic exception or server down, something like that. We need to give exact
Mm-hmm.
message, we
Some
need to
sort of
convey the
explain.
exact message, correct?
Yes.
Then only developer one developer one will understand, yeah, so there is a server is down or in index out of bound exception or arithmetic exception, so we need to give the exact exception message to the
Uh-huh.
developer one,
The
correct?
team.
So
Mm-hmm.
then developer will understand, yeah, because of my input data request wrong is this get account details failed, correct?
Okay. Okay.
Correct, right? We need to give full clarity, right, to the developer one,
Yes. Yeah.
because both are in different barrier. So he is developer 2 is sitting in different place and developer 1 is sitting place. So whenever
Mm-hmm.
developer 1 is calling, so whenever developer 2 is responding, if something is happened, we need to tell clearly the problem, correct?
Okay.
We need to convey the message exactly what is the problem, what is the exception exactly. To convey this
Mm-hmm.
message exactly to the developer one, so we are going to use this throw and throws. So that
Both.
yes, throw and throws, yes, I will give some other example. So that time you will get a clarity. So that is the purpose of throw and throws, to convey the message to the users.
Okay.
But if you see in ATM and all, right, say for instance, whenever you are inserting your card, sometime you will see, right, timeout exception, please try again something, correct?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So that is the standard message. But back end, what happened exactly, we don't know, correct? So that is the abstraction
Yeah.
for us. As a users, we
Yes.
don't care. But as a developers,
We care.
we have to care, right? Say for instance, you are transferring funds from Bank of America to Goldman Sachs,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
So why you are not able to transfer? So Bank of America account is trying to insert some funds into Goldman Sachs, but they are not able to insert it. Why?
Mm-hmm.
So we need to find out, right? Why, as a technical people, they should understand what is the problem, what is the exact exception, correct?
Okay.
So how to
Yes.
convey the exceptions? So to convey the exceptions exactly, we are going to use this throw and throws. So that is the next example. Okay, before going to that throw and throws, this user defined exception is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, now let me create another class here. Did you see here there is error?
Yes.
Why the
That
error?
his name is not valid.
So name is not
We
valid
cannot use throw.
because throw is a keyword.
Okay. Oh, yes.
Keywords you should not use as part of package. You should not use
Okay.
throws also. Throw and throws both are keywords.
Okay.
It is saying it is not a valid Java identifier. So you
Okay.
can give like this. So now it is not a valid data identifier, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you should not use keywords as part of class name or package name or anywhere. We should never use. So this is a different class and we are going to demonstrate what is the purpose of calculator. Okay, now,
True.
yeah, now I'm going to create one calculator program. It's a different user, you can say. CLC
Is a program or class?
class.
Oh,
In this case, you
okay.
can consider it's a different user and different class. Calculator is different and throw demo is different. Two users. This
Okay.
one is
Two
user
different.
2 and this one is user 1. You can say here
Mm-hmm.
user 1. So user 1 is trying to use calculator. So
Mm-hmm.
calculator was done by developed by user
User two.
2. Calculator was developed by user 2 and user 1 is trying to use the calculator. How to use it? We
Mm.
have to create object, correct?
Yes. New.
So now after that we need to call the corresponding methods, correct? So now
Mm-hmm.
let me create one method, public
Mm-hmm.
int
Right.
int calculate 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 avg average.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what it will do, it will calculate the average and it will give back to the user. So to calculate
Okay.
average we need to give numerator and divider, right?
Mm-hmm.
Number
In.
and divided. So two inputs you will receive from the user and we will
Mm-hmm.
calculate it. Integer denominator equal to nm by di, correct? And finally we have to
Divided.
return it back, correct?
Yes.
Return d. So this is
D.
what our calculator will do. So whatever inputs
Mm-hmm.
we are receiving it, just we are taking it and we are giving it back, correct?
Okay.
And did you see here, this
Yes.
is a arithmetic operation, correct?
Mm-hmm.
There may be a chance of
Error. error.
arithmetic exception may occur, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Because we are doing
Yeah.
here divided, correct? So how we are
Yeah.
going to handle this situation?
Try and catch.
Yes, we need to add try catch. Try,
Uh-huh.
and we have to keep the statement
But
inside.
I'm not assigning any values here.
But you are assigning here, right? So this is the one. See, we are calculating and we
Oh.
are assigning it.
No, I'm saying like 10 divided by something or
Yeah.
100
So
divided.
these two inputs will be given by user here. So here you will call
Okay.
that method. So here you will call that method and he will give you the number, numerator and
Oh, I see what you mean.
yes,
Yeah.
he will calculate it. And here, say for instance, here you got a exception E. So here you
Mm-hmm.
can print it. And after that, you can return the value here. Return D.
Okay.
So here we are not able to access D. So just you declare the variable outside the try block, correct?
Yeah. That's,
And you assign it to D. So now everything is clear, right? Something, if some exception happen, we are
mm,
catching the exception and we are printing it, correct?
yes.
Okay, now come back here. Now calculate average. I'm giving 100 and 10. What is the expectation results here?
Int
100 by 10. What you will get?
10.
10, correct? So let me print. So result is 10, correct? Let me
Mm-hmm.
run it and we will see whether results is 10. So result is 10. It is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now,
But did we use throw and throws both?
yeah, so far we are not using any throw and throws. Did you see this? We are not using any throw and throws. So just we are printing, we will print here. Failure happened.
Mm-hmm.
If any issue happened, we are displaying this message failure happened. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now come back here. Now let me pass 0 as a input. I mean divided.
Mm-hmm.
What will happen?
Then maybe error.
It failed, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the
Fail.
results here? Failure happened. This is from which class?
This is from the other class.
This is from
Calculating.
user 2. But user 1 is receiving any message?
No.
So from user 1 is not at all receiving any message. But actually what happened? Program is failed, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is from user
Yeah.
1. Failure happened. Is
Yes.
from user 2 knows. But user 1 don't know what happened. Correct?
Yes.
So user 2 knows some failure happened. But user 1 don't know exactly. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
He is receiving some junk results. Did you see that user
Results
2
is
knows but
0.
user 1 don't know what happened exactly.
Okay.
But how to convey this
Correct.
message? So we have to
Mm.
send back that exception exactly, right? To what we have to do, whenever we are catching the exception, we have to throw the exception. So whatever you are receiving that exception here, throw the
Mm-hmm.
exception right here throw, and as part of your methods we have to throws exception,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yeah. Oh, throws. I
Yes,
thought
here
throw.
throw and here throws. Why we need throw? What is the difference between throw and throws? We will see it later. Okay, now come back
Mm-hmm.
to here. See here, there is error. What is this? We keep here cursor unhandled exception type. So whenever you are calling this method, calculate average.
Uh-huh.
So it
Uh-huh.
is saying, so we need to add try catch for this line. What is saying, what is the error meaning? See here, unhandled. exception of type exception. So whenever you are
Uh-huh.
dealing with this particular method, so we need to add
Mhm.
a try catch for this method, because so this
Oh,
method may throw an exception, may throw. So that is what
okay.
I'm
So
saying.
the system is telling you that
Yes, yes,
this
it
is
may throw
either
exception.
use add or
Yeah,
run.
please add try catch. So we need to add try catch because we are throwing the exception, right? So the
Okay.
for users also it is saying, so it may throw exception, please take care yourself. So here you can,
Uh,
so now user will see the message here. So now you print this value inside results. Now let me run what will happen. Did you see that? Now user 2 is printing this one, but user 1 also receiving the message. So this message
mm,
is printing from user 1.
user one.
So here I am writing e dot print stack trace. I am not writing any here print. Did you see that any print I am writing here e dot print?
No.
But
E dot print. No.
I am not writing. I am writing only from user 2 side.
One.
Sorry, user 1 side. So something happened user 2 side, the same message will be conveyed back to user 1. So user 1 also can able to see the exception here. So the
Mm,
program is failure happened because there is some divided by 0 is happening. So who is doing the divided? Then maybe we need to cross check his inputs, then user 1 can
okay.
realize. Correct?
Okay.
So this is the
So
way.
now it's reading from user one, right?
Correct. User 1 is sending back the exception message, whatever it is coming back. It may be
Okay.
anything. Say for instance, now user
Mm,
1 wantedly is creating integer all equal to, so there is no elements, only one is there. Array, right?
okay.
But I am
Yes.
trying to take all of one. What kind of exception it will create?
Array inbound, maybe.
Correct. Array index sort of one, right? Now let me run the
Mm,
program. Now the program will fail, but user should aware, right? Why the user one should aware why it failed. So first let me fix this one. Don't give 0, give 10. So now inputs are clear, correct, right?
mm,
So
no,
now let me run it. But still the program is failed. Why? The reason is
because
array
it's
index sort of bound is happening at calculator
mm,
class and calculator average method. At line number 12, it will display everything. See, go to the line
okay.
number at line number 15 in calculator class at line number 15. So there is a failure is happening. Go to the calculator class and line number 15. See here you are getting clear message, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at line number 15 what is happening? We are trying to retrieve one index element. So because of that this exception is coming.
Okay.
Clear, right? So user 1 is very clear now. The problem with calculator class, especially the at line number 15.
Like number 15.
So you can come here and you can see here. So line number 1 you are trying to access one index, but there is no such kind of elements.
Okay.
So that is the advantage of throw and
Throw.
throws. And now we will see exactly what is the difference between throw and throws. Say for instance
Okay.
here try and catch.
Where did you get the class from?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Okay, here what you will do, you copy the same line and we need to write here, not here, here. And you can copy the line and write it here. Okay, now we can remove all those things. I will tell you what is the advantage. Okay, so these lines will create arithmetic exception or array index out of bound exception, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the line number
Mm-hmm.
17, this we will see this line meaning exactly later, but this line number 17 will create an exception of type class not found.
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden it
Yes.
throws something on the screen. No?
So at line number 17, it will create a exception of type class not found. At line number 11 to 15, it may create of exception type. At line number 17, it may create class not found exception. So we have to write all possible exceptions here one by one.
Okay, we have to type manually. I mean,
Yes, we have
class
to
not
type
found.
manually. Yes, yes. So whenever you
Okay.
are writing any number of line, we need to identify what kind of exception it may throw. So accordingly, you need to
Yes.
write. Accordingly, you have to write all possible catch blocks. Your program should never
Oh,
fail, right? Even though it is failing, we need to catch that one. Why it is failing? Correct?
yes, but when you're working on the throw demo class,
Mm-hmm.
the system is telling you either use this or that, right? You didn't write anything manually. Did I say it right?
No,
No?
no. Can you please repeat again?
No, I was saying the other screen throw demo, the screen you're while you are working there, the system is telling you either use try and catch or use throw. You didn't write it manually.
Where here?
Yes. Yes.
Where here?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
here, yeah. Now I am catching the exception. I am throwing it,
Mm-hmm.
right? So here I need to mention here class not found. So here,
Oh,
so whenever user is trying to use it, right? So here
uh,
arithmetic exception. One possible exception. Now, did you see that error message?
yeah, you see, the system is telling you
So
use
now it's
this or that.
clearly system is telling it may throw. Now make it this one arithmetic. So make it here arithmetic exactly. So arithmetic exception we may get, correct.
Mm-hmm.
So because of this divided, we may get arithmetic exception. Now you remove all those things. So because of line number 11, we may get arithmetic exception, correct.
Okay.
And
This
because
is
of line number 13, we may get class not found.
mm-hmm.
So whatever exception you are getting, we have to throw everything back.
Oh, okay.
And the
Okay.
user will be notified here. Did you see this? Now what is the error message? Unhandled exception type class not found. It is telling this
Mm-hmm.
method may throw an exception of type class not
Mm-hmm.
found. You have to handle it. So how to handle it? Copy the catch
Either
block.
use the
We have to write here class not found. Now success. So what are the failure scenarios? It will be displayed here clearly. Did you see this? So this method may throw arithmetic exception or class not found. Users. Whoever
mm-hmm.
is using your calculator, so they will be notified with this information. It may throw arithmetic exception or it may throw.
Class not found exception.
So these are the some of the failure scenarios. Whenever you are using this method, please be aware.
Okay. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
that is the purpose of throw and throws. Throw is to throw a particular exception and throws
Mm-hmm.
is to return all the list of exception to the users.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the basic difference between throw and throws. It's clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, now I will run it, and this line number 13 will fail now because there is no class ABC, right? Just
Oh, it's
give me
not
some.
okay.
So because of that it will fail, and we will see the inputs are clear. Now let me run it. What will happen? So it's a failure happened, and if you expand it, it's saying clearly java.lang.class not found and ABC, and where the line number, it's creating the problem at calculator class at line number 13. So open the calculator class and go to the line
Mm,
number 13.
okay.
Clearly it's
Uh-huh.
giving the message to the user one. So
Okay.
this exception message we are printing only from,
Uh-huh.
did you see, we are you printing anywhere e dot print stack trace from
Under
calculators?
catch rate.
Under
Yeah.
calculator we are not printing anywhere, correct?
No.
So we are printing
At
only from user 2 side, sorry, user 1 side.
user one.
If something happened on a user 2 side, so user 1 will get the same message.
Uh-huh.
So this is the way we get able to convey the message from user 1 to user 2.
Okay.
So by using
Okay.
throw and throws,
Uh,
so that the users who are using our methods, so
Give
they
me
should
one
be
second, please.
yeah.
Thank you, dear. Yes, sorry
Yeah,
about that.
I know. So that is the main purpose of
Two
throw
and
and throws.
yes.
So this is very one of the important question actually. So this is very important question. So you will get frequently this question.
Okay, like what's the difference between
Yes, throw and throws you will.
throw
Yes.
and throws when you what type of exceptions
But
do you
yes, yes.
handle?
So this is a very important question. They will ask what is the advantage of throws,
Okay.
and they will ask how to create user-defined exceptions.
Oh, user define another way of saying customize
Customized
exceptions, right?
exception, yes. So the first one what we discussed today.
Yes, user defined exceptions. Okay.
So user-defined exceptions, they will ask how to create it and what is the difference between through
Throws.
and throws.
Okay.
And they will
Can
ask
you go back
you,
to the calculator again,
yeah,
please?
yeah.
Mm, how do I get rid
Yeah,
of this
yeah.
notes?
Sorry.
Oh, oh no, now it's good. Yeah.
Yeah, now so far it's clear, right? So these exceptions are coming at runtime, correct? Program is compiling very clearly. So whenever you are running the program, then only we are getting this all this exception number. What is that? Array index out of bound or arithmetic exception or class not found. All these exceptions we are getting at
Once I click the right click
once you
and
run the
run this.
program, then only you are getting these programs, correct?
Yes.
So these kind of exceptions are called as runtime exceptions.
Yes.
Runtime exceptions, correct? So
Yep.
when you are running the program, then only you will get these exceptions, otherwise you will not get.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now there are some other exceptions when you are writing the code. So that time itself it will give you an exception. Say for
Mm-hmm.
instance, now this line I will copy it and I will paste it here. See
Mm-hmm.
what will happen. See here what is saying. It's not unreachable. Cut it. and just copy this line and go back to your calculated demo. So here I want to write this line. So here what it's saying, unhandled exception of class name not found. So this is called compile time exception. Did you see this? So without fixing this, if you are not providing try catch, so it will never allow you to compile it. So this is called
Okay.
of type compile time exception. Of example is class not found.
Okay. So while
So
you are writing something,
while you are writing the
the
program itself, it will indicate you. So here did you see this line number x equal to 100 by 10? Are you getting any are you getting any exception indicator here?
no.
But it will fail, right, this program?
Mm-hmm.
So this
But
is
it's
called
not there.
runtime
I don't
exception.
see the red thing here.
Yeah, this is called runtime exception and this is called compile time exception.
Oh, yes. Okay.
So when you will get to know this exception only when you are running the program, correct?
Yes.
So this is called runtime exception and this is called compile time exception.
Mm-hmm.
Example for compile time exception is class not found. C class not found. Example for runtime exception is arithmetic exception.
Okay.
So this is also one of the important question. So what is compile time and what is runtime exception?
Mm-hmm. Okay. I think I have to practice
Yes,
the
yes, yeah, yeah.
user defined and throws and throw
You can
this.
practice. Anyway, I will give you all these programs with you. It is there in the internet. You can download and you can practice it. And there is one last example. So far
Uh-huh.
we have discussed exceptions, right? Exceptions are
Yeah.
two type. User defined, sorry, compile time exception and runtime
And
exception.
runtime. Mm-hmm.
And there is another one called error. What is that error? So error, I will give a demo for error. Exceptions we saw now, and the last example we are going to see it, error.
Okay.
So what is error? Error demo. Home dot test dot error. Public static void main. Okay. Now we will see one more example for error. What is the error? So I am going to write a simple for loop here
Uh-huh.
for integer. Okay, not integer. Let me write a simple method. Public static
Mm-hmm.
m1. Okay, public
Mm-hmm.
static void m1, and I want to write one more method called m2.
Another method.
m2, m1 is one method, m2 is another method.
Okay.
Two simple methods, correct? So from
Yes.
m1 I want to call m2.
Mm-hmm.
From m2 I am trying to call m1. So from m1 what I am doing, I am calling
M
m1.
M1 you're calling M2, yeah.
Correct. Now I want to call m1 from main method. So now let me run, what will happen? Okay, let me write a simple statement here. I am from m1, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And the similar way I am calling, I am trying to display a message, I am from.
M2.
Now let me run it, what will happen? See, the program failed. Why it failed?
Because maybe the way we call it is not
That
right.
is wrong, correct? So what
Mm-hmm.
is saying stack overflow error. So
Stack
what is happening here?
overflow.
It is creating infinite loop, right? Indirectly, we are calling
Mm.
M1, M2, from M1 we are calling
M2,
M2. Again, M2 is calling,
M1.
so it is kind of cyclic process, correct? It will
Mm-hmm.
never end.
Mm-hmm.
So it
Mm-hmm.
will never end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me open this. Yes. So this is M1 and this is M2, correct?
Uh-huh.
So from M1 we are calling M2, correct?
M2.
From M2 we are
Mm-hmm.
calling
M1.
M1. Again what will happen?
Let's go back and circle.
It's always circle, correct? So whenever you
Mm-hmm.
are calling M1, right, so we need to save somewhere, like whenever you are calling M2, so it will be saved here M2. Okay, from M2 you are calling M1, correct? So it will be filled with M1. From M1 you are calling M2, correct? So
Uh-huh.
we need to update in one place. So this is
Okay.
overflow. So this is having some limit, but it is getting
Oh,
overflow.
yes.
So
Mm.
because of that your program is failing. So we are not able to save this much infinite loop. We don't have such much, we don't have that much memory.
Mm. I see.
So this is
It's
called,
going on and on
yes.
and on.
So due to lack of memory, we are not able to handle it.
Mm.
Correct? We can save everything in a certain limit, right? For everything we have a limit, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But we cannot
Mm-hmm.
save unlimited stuff anywhere.
Okay.
So this is called error due to some external system failure. So we don't have this much memory to save this many infinite loops. So because of this, our system is failing. So this is one of the example for error is stack overflow error.
So if the interviewer asks if I ever come across any type of
Here, yes, you can say
mistake,
this one.
errors, should I include exceptions over,
Yes, you say I
because
saw
exception to
somewhere.
me it's kind of error, but it can be achievable.
Yes, there are two types, errors and exceptions. Exceptions are two types, compile time, runtime. And error is, this is an example. It's
Only error.
creating some infinite loop and it's failing finally. Stack overflow error.
Mm.
What is stack? We will see it later when we are discussing
Okay.
about the JVM architecture. So that time we will get more clarity about this. But
Okay.
for time being,
Okay.
you can remember. So error example is stack overflow error. So because of infinite loop, it is
Mm-hmm.
creating this message.
Stack overflow error. Okay. Yes.
Clear, right?
Yes.
So you can practice all those things through throws, user-defined exceptions, and error.
Yes. Okay. Sure.
These exceptions are very important as part of interview.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you will get more questions.
Okay then.
So you can practice it and you let me know if you have any questions tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, I
Okay.
will update this all this I mean I will send these programs in email and you can get and you can open it and you can type the programs yourself. And if you are not able to type, then you can see this email and you can open these programs and you can verify it.
Okay. Most of the time I see your codes on Notepad
Yeah, better you type the
or
programs.
paper.
Don't do copy paste. If you do copy paste, no, you will not get exact scenarios. Just type, even though it will
Yeah.
take more time, but type it.
Yes.
So that is the best
Yes.
way to get good understanding and good experience.
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
So
Agree.
just type it, even though it will take more time, just type all the line by line.
Yeah.
So that is a
Yes.
good practice actually.
Yes.
It's fine, right, today?
Yes.
Yeah, we will connect tomorrow and we will see some other thing.
Okay.
Same
Thank
time.
you.
Okay, fine. Yeah, thanks.